Hello everyone, how you doing? Running a little bit late, just par for the course sometimes. Just gotta go with the flow. Thank you, Grandpa Brian. Thank you for Seeker of Truth. Thank you everyone for being here. Let's see. I better be careful with this live thing because I'm gonna turn the sound off. There I am. I'm going live right now. Okay, good. I have the chat up on another computer, and unfortunately just realized that the sound might have been on, but I turned the sound off just in time before it came on. Got a pretty good delay, I guess. Okay. Thank you, Grandpa Brian. Thank you, Seeker of Truth. Thank you all for being here. I'm not okay, start with this. Courtney, her house, her ceiling caved in her living room, and she's still having people come in. You know how contractors you get to get people contractors to come in, inspect. It's been a crazy week for her, so she needs another week off just to reassess everything, just to take a just to relax, to deal with the situation as it is, and hopefully get control of everything. Um, little wore out. Oh yeah, little wore out. Yeah, physical labor, splitting wood. That's a lot. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of your muscle in the body, especially when we're over 50 right now. It's a lot to do. Um, yeah, I was going out and doing yard work, but it was raining, so it was like in and out all day. Shelly was weeding. Yeah, weeding is that's a tough one. My backyard is full of raspberries. It's funny that I'll go out there and I keep hearing the little catbirds and the chickadees and the sparrows going in and out of the raspberry bushes, and I'm like, guys, you don't have to come in and out. You can just stay and eat all the raspberries you want. I'm not going to fight with you because previous years my wife has complained about the birds eating all the raspberries. This year, I want them to eat as many as possible because my backyard, a good corner of it, is full of raspberry bushes, and they've got raspberries. And once the raspberries are gone, I'm cutting them all down to the ground. Although the funny thing about raspberry bushes is when you cut them to the ground, they're perfectly happy. They'll come back twice as strong next year. So, although I've been balancing because my front yard is a lawn. My neighbor likes nice lawns. My wife likes nice lawns. Me, I like a crazy backyard. I'll do a little bit of work in the backyard, but for me, if the plants aren't going to do too much of a mess, I'll let them grow wild for a second of my backyard because that's where the animals can hide and eat the edible branches and stuff like that. And that also, I believe from my experience, that if you let a section of your backyard go wild and let them edible backyard go wild, they kind of don't go in your yard, your garden as much. And I think that's my balance in life is that, I work with the wild animals. Wild animals belong here too. So maybe I can figure something out. Maybe we can both be happy. They won't raid my garden, but I'll leave a section for the yard for enough things will grow for them to snack on. 100 degrees. Oh my goodness. 101, 100.8. Whew, it's 72 here right now where I am. And it was somewhere around almost 90 a couple days ago. Yeah, I prefer 70. I like 70. I don't care. If I put 50 degrees at night and 70 in the day, it's a perfect to me. That's absolutely perfect. But we don't always get what we want. The weather does what the weather wants, and we're human beings and we try to fight it, but there's no reason to fight the weather. I just, what it is, what it is. That's how it is. I don't like air conditioner. Air conditioner gives me a headache, but fans work fine for me. Although when it gets to about 100 degrees, oh my goodness, 100 degrees. I don't know. Actually, it's not the 100 degrees as much as it's the humidity. The 100 degrees with the humidity and the sweating and not being able to get that wet stickiness off. My wife, my wife's got a 5-minute commute. And she's like, oh my goodness, I'm using the air conditioner, using so much gas. And I'm like, and I have a 40-minute commute, and I don't use air conditioner at all. And I said to her, "You've got a 5-minute commute. Why do you need AC?" And she's like, "Well, it's hot." And I'm like, "I've got a 40-minute commute, and I use the four-window air conditioner." But again, we do as we please, and everyone is happy. And 5-minute commute, it's not going to affect our gas that much because the short trips in that car, it's good on gas, but the short trips, it's not good on gas. The short trips, that car does not like short trips, but it's what car we have, and that's good. We have two Escapes. She drives a 2014 Escape, and I drive a 2012 Escape, and the Ford Escapes have a great reputation, and I'm happy. Old cars, you can trust. These new cars, I don't trust a single one of them, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, humidity, yeah. But I was thinking life. I was going through these parts of my life thinking about I'm kind of a type I person. I like to do the best. I like to help every people improve. But people can say they want to improve, but the effort it takes to improve sometimes is a little difficult for them. I have friends who say, "Oh yeah, I love to go hiking. I like to hike like you do." And I have another friend who literally he will kayak, bike, hike. He'll hike hours, but they can't go with him because he will just run up the mountain. He'll just hike, keep going. And he says, "Oh, he's just too fast, and he's hard, but I would like to go with you." And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I would love to take them, but they will never be able to keep up with me if I do my mindset. So one of the things is that you have to bend yourself to the audience. And so my friends who are going to hike with me, I realized that because I like to get, it's called 20 heart points, where I have a watch that reads my heartbeat. I know, they're tracking me. They're tracking me everything. I have my phone and everything. It doesn't matter. So, but I want to get the heart points, 20 heart points per day. I know I've done well. But if I go with my friends, um, I'm not going to get those heart points because it's just it's honestly it's a relaxing hike. So they want to be more healthy. My bend is okay. I will hike with you, and then afterwards, I will secretly hike by myself so I can get my height, my points up. The steps to me, I can get the steps no matter what I do. The way I'm so active, anyways, that I need to get basically I get about 7,500. They say you need at least 10,000 steps a day, but it's not really 10,000. It's more like between 5,000 and 7,000 per day. That's what the ideal is. But the doctors tell you 10,000 because they want to put the bar higher so you meet a lower. It's all mind games, honestly. Oh, I just knocked out the light just went out. How did that happen? I must have hit the button. Let's see if I can see it in the dark. There you are. I do not know how I turn the light out. This is fun. There it is. Okay. Must have hit the button somehow. Okay, cool. Light's back on. Um, Friends. Oh, yes. So sometimes you have to bend your activity to meet the audience. And I was thinking all about we can't bring everyone up to our level until they're ready, but we can keep the door open and help them. Um, and that's hiking is just one aspect of life. There's YouTube videos. Having people. I know people. They want to get as many viewers or any subs as possible, and sometimes it's challenging. Work. There are things that I'm really good at work, and people want to understand what I do, and I have to explain that I have an itinerary. I have a list of every night that's the same thing, and it's kind of boring because I should know what I got to do each night, but I don't do the same thing at the same time each night. So I have my list, and that way I don't miss anything. Because my company, they made us fill out a spreadsheet, but their spreadsheet is so silly, so waste of time. But the funny thing is that I keep a list of so many little things that I can just import my information into their spreadsheet. Hello, Laurie Elderkin. Welcome to the party. Thank you for coming. So, so again, people will say to me, "Oh, I'd like to do what you do. I like what you do," and then I explain to them, "What I do isn't going to work with you. You have to take what I do and modify it and make it work for you." And that's everything. I mean, smoking. I quit smoking, and people want to know, well, how did you quit smoking? Can I do this? They want to do the same thing I did, but my process was so different than anyone else's that it doesn't really count. I mean, everything you do, someone has a perfect plan. It's you got to decide that, okay, I want to take this and modify it, because a perfect plan for someone else is not going to work for me. A perfect plan for me is not going to work for someone else, but you can take it, start with it, and modify it. Smoking is the biggest thing, because I quit smoking like dozens of times, and I never could get it done right. And I finally quit is far into everything else. I don't have a quit date because I don't remember it. Um, I did different things. I mean, my quitting smoking was something different than anyone else. And I tried to explain to everyone else. They said, "Oh, it sounds great. It sounds like a great plan," but it didn't work for them. And then, of course, they went back to smoking. Like, "Oh, your way didn't work." Like, no, my way worked for me. And if you really want to quit, you have to find your own thing. Uh, you know, Exercise, weightlifting. I mean, I did weightlifting and exercise, and I was part of a program, a plan, and I just got frustrated and bored with it. And then I basically gave up and did my own thing and had a fun time, different things myself. But again, what works for one person is not going to work for another. And that's something we have to keep remembering in life. Because people, when something works perfect for someone else, and it looks great, and then you do it and it doesn't work for you, you get frustrated, you give up, and you go back to your old bad habits. And everything we do has to be modified. Um, Everything we do, we have to see. It gets frustrating sometimes because you see someone else not performing up to expectations. People, and they say they want to. They say they want to do it right. They want to, they want to learn from you, but you seem like what you give to them, they don't pick up. They don't appreciate. And that means that maybe you have to modify the situation. You have to change things up. Maybe you have to, listen. Another thing is that if someone wants to improve themselves and they want to come to you and ask for your input, it might be you have to listen to them and find out what they perceive what you're doing, and then from there try to get your plan to meet with them. Hello, Witchy Trista. Oh goodness. Tomorrow we'll be on Nuestra Tabla Rasa, at 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Mountain, 8 o'clock Pacific time. We're just a group of 5 people talking about spiritualism, learning from each other. It's an interesting show. We're going to learn from each other and start a new channel. And I will put a link into this. I forgot. Oh my goodness. I forgot the link. I'll put a link at the bottom of the show. I mean, I'll get it at some point because I had it and then I made a mistake and I went away with it because I need to focus better because I get everything ready and then I lost the power cable to the computer that I'm using for I lost the power cable to the computer I'm using for the chat, and I completely messed up the name. Oh well, I cannot find it. Oh, wow. There's another channel very similar to us. Oh, that's silly. So I will find. I will put a link. Oh, good, Trist. Thank you, Richie Trista. Thank you very much. You can grab and put it in the chat. When I lost it, I lost the chat. So, and if you put it in the chat, I will pin it to the top. But yeah, Courtney's having problems, so I decided to jump on. I was going to do a short video, but I came late. There we go. There it is. And I'm going to pin it to the top. Pin message. Okay, that's fun. Message pinned. Awesome. So Nuestra tabla rasa. We're going tomorrow about 11, 10, 9, 8, whatever. United States somewhere. um, it's the show's already scheduled. Millie's going to be the host. We're going to be we got 5 people rotating hosts. It's a fun show. It'll be, we're just 5 people, 5 friends talking, sort of thing. Thank you, Witchy Trista. Thank you very much. But I basically wanted to discuss, sometimes we see the best and we want to bring the best out in people. And those people say they want the best, but sometimes people don't exactly know what they want. They see you as an example, as you the shining example. So from there, you change it around, and you have to listen to what their abilities are and bring that to an equal. Because it gets frustrating when you meet someone and they say, "Yeah, I want to make myself better," and then you see them, they say, "Oh, I want to give up junk food," and you go, "Cool, I can help you give up junk food," and then later you see them eating, terrible junk food. I mean, you can't really call them out because that's they're just going to frustrate them, and then you're going to prove to them that what they're looking for. You can talk to them and says, "Hey, which is my wife. I've gone to her and said, how can I help you be better? How can I help you with this? I want to help you. Rather than putting her on the spot, I want to say, how can we make this better? One of the things for me, like I'm terrible. When I wash clothes, I've taken over my son's in my clothes because we were the same things. It's easier. My wife, she has her own hamper basket because she wants to do her own clothes. But I've said, no, I will wash my clothes. And basically, I will wash my clothes, have a timer on, know when it's going to stop, put them in the dryer, like the dress clothes or things I want to hang outside, run them in the dryer just for a few minutes, heat them up, then hang them up, put them on hangers, and then take the socks and the underwear and the things that you really can't hang up, towels, and then put them in the dryer, hang the clothes outside, then run the dryer, put a timer on my wash, and then dryer's done, and I fold everything. I drive my wife crazy with this. Well, I will go and I'll go in the washing machine, and it'll be clothes in the washing machine. I'm like, how can I help you so you don't leave clothes in the washing machine? Because then you open the washing machine, and it was done 2 days ago, and they stink. So it means you got to rewash them. And sometimes, well, I have, because of the stinky clothes situation, I bought some hunting soap. This stuff is awesome. I mean, it's expensive, but it's basically for hunters so they can go hunting and the animals will not smell them. This stuff eliminates all smells without adding any perfumes to it. Stuff is awesome. Well, I bought it for situations like this so that I can wash, basically just put regular soap. You do a pre-wash with this hunting stuff and then a rinse with the hunting stuff. The stuff is awesome, like I said, and with regular soap. And I believe having regular soap with scent in it, it'll remove all the scent. So there's no perfumes, no anything in this hunting soap. It's wonderful stuff. But again, I said, well, I rewash your clothes because they stink. Oh, you don't have to do that. I'm like, I did because I need the washing machine for my clothes. So well, how can I help you so you don't have to double wash your clothes? And from there, it came to, well, okay, fine. I will tell you when I wash your clothes and you can remind me. How's that? So then again, so she texts me and says, "Yeah, I'm starting a wash." Fine, like cool. And so about 4 hours later, says, "Hey, did you get those clothes in the dryer?" And of course, it's a little annoying for her, but again, it's a simple no. Did you get those clothes in the dryer? And just leave it at that. Trust her to do her own clothes. But again, it's a work in progress because however I put it, in a total place of compassion, total place of love, it can be taken as criticism. So from there, you have to just take everything. Oh, new Yoda, thank you for coming, new Yoda. Welcome to the party. So everything you do when you want to help people, there's a balance. Even for a place of compassion, it'll be seen as a criticism. And then you just let it go out there, let it sit out there, and learn from it. And from them, if they can't learn from it, it's fine. Just pass it off and use it to improve yourself, learn how to listen better, learn how to work with different people. Because even people you've been with for 20 years, we learn new things about each other all the time. And that's the fun thing about life, about learning new things. I've learned some new things about myself. What was I doing? I was hiking a couple days ago and it was dead quiet. I still don't know what animal was scaring all the other birds and stuff. But later today I was hiking and I'm listening. Okay, yeah, the birds, the chipmunks, the squirrels, they're everywhere again. But a couple days ago there was no sound. So it might have been the coyote. I know the coyote. He's seen me around. I see him around. And we just kind of give each other. Yeah, no, yeah. I just make people I know their names. I just make them moderators and let them do as they please. It's this no being a moderator has nothing to it. It's just there, just it's just a bonus. It's a bonus for being here and someone that I can trust. And if you become non-trustworthy, well, I learned my lesson. But besides that, it's all good. Where am I going with all this? Oh, just about trusting yourself and trusting other people. And when people come to you and ask for input about how they can be more like you in some way, they can't. Just simple as that. But you can help them along the path. You can help them build a foundation so they can be a better self. So you cannot get them away from being more like you and make them be more like themselves, a better themselves. If Bigfoot was in my area, that would be interesting. Being that I live in a city and where I hike is a conservation land, and Bigfoot wouldn't have too far to go. I mean, there's a homeless guy who lives. It's conservation land. It's behind a grocery store, um, in a dollar store and a discount store. It's like a small plaza, but there's a homeless man who lives in there, and he's competent most days, but some days he's out of his mind. But I have met him some mornings. He's like, "Yeah, last night was a crazy night. I just zipped up my tent and hoped for it to go away." I'm like, "What happened?" He goes, "Oh, crazy noises, crazy noises." And but he's been there for I think 5 years now. He's had 2 or 3 different tents. He's had people come in and raid his tent and destroy it, and he just bought a new tent, and it was terrible. That's horrible. But I've had other homeless people there, and they've been basically put their tent literally on the trails. Recorded 2-3 years ago. I recorded that because I didn't know what to do with them. Because there are other hikers out there, and they don't know what to do with them, and some of them like have children, and he's going around waving a stick around, and he doesn't threaten anyone, but he was being weird. So I just, I said, I got a report. I basically called the police. So this is not an emergency. I just want you aware of this guy. He's on the trails and, well, we can't stop him. He's not hurting anybody. I'm like, well, he's literally got his tent on the trail and that it's inhibiting progress through the path. So if you're on the trail waving a stick, that can be taken as a threat by some people, and most people won't like it. Well, we'll look into it. Well, within 2 weeks, the guy was gone because the social workers came and had to talk to him because he was out of his mind. But So the poor. I mean, there's off and on a couple of homeless people who live in that conservation area, and for the most part, it's pretty good. Me and two other people, we tend to pick up what we can, put them in trash, and then I mean the dumpster for the plaza. It's well accessible, and it's they may not like it, but it's part of the deal. They're selling stuff and that's what I told one of the workers, and they're like, I don't care. You can use our dumpster all you want because it says, well, you're selling your stuff here, and the homeless people buy it, and people buy it, and then they'll make a mess. He's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Use our dumpster because the day-to-day minimum wage workers, they don't care. It's the managers like, what are you doing on my dumpster? I'm like, I'm just throwing stuff away. Where I was hiking the conservation. It was some a little bit of trash. I just want to get rid of it, and they're like, okay. But I guess if I'm throwing my personal trash in there, that's another problem. But no, I just throw away some of the. I'm busy walking the trails. I get like a shopping bag full of trash some days. Other days I got nothing. It's just which is good. Uh, but that's the thing, sometimes that's another thing is I drive my wife crazy. Well, I'm always picking things up. I'm like, if I'm in the store, I'll be picking things out the floor and putting them on the shelf. And she's, why do you do? You don't work here. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's just common courtesy. I mean, it's on the floor. I mean, kids do stupid things. Dollar store, those poor dollar store workers. Some of the stuff that those. Hello, Chloe. You're not late. You're perfectly on time. Some of the dollar store workers. One woman in the dollar store, she was commenting that her shirt got it's just a new shirt. It had all these little spots on it. What happened was someone was buying some bleach, and she swiped it, and the top flew off, and it dropped the bleach on her. So she put the cap back on. She put it aside. The problem is someone had to loosen the cap, pop a couple holes in it, and then leave the cap on loose. This isn't just a loose cap. It was a loose cap and a broken perforated seal. So the poor worker, she got bleach on herself because some creepy individual took the cap and put a hole in the top of the bleach. I don't know why would people do stuff like that. It's just not funny. I mean, it's just it drives me crazy. But again, if I'm walking to the dollar store, I'll pick things up, to be common courtesy. And if I see something that I know where it goes, I might pick it, put it in my basket, and move it to another section if I'm going there. Again, drive my wife crazy because you don't work here. Why are you sorting the stuff for them? I'm like, I just want to be nice. I just want to be nice. I think that also has improved my life in other ways because, to be honest, I work with some coworkers who are just selfish people, and they do have trouble in their life. And I just explain that sometimes all you gotta do is just be nice, and nice things come back to you. And like, oh no, if you be nice, people take advantage of you. But if you look for people to take advantage of you, you'll find it. But if you live your life and learn to just share enough for the people who deserve it, life becomes easier. Um, and then when people start taking advantage of you, well, then you can still be nice, but don't sacrifice too much. There's a balance there. My wife is prime example. She's always complaining about how people take advantage of her, and I'm like, well, you don't have to let them take advantage. You can still be nice and not let people take advantage of you. Again, this is all just things you got to learn. But again, what she perceives as nice and me perceive as nice, they might be two different things, and that's okay. Being yes, bring things to the fix forward and buy things the damage. Oh, you buy the broken package because you feel sorry for them. Yeah, sometimes if I'm in the store, I'll buy that. I'll do the same thing. I mean, if the package is broken but the thing inside is still working, why it's fine. I want to change that light bulb to yeah. Um, I have no idea what I was going to do with this. I had ideas and then I just let it go. I will be on with Robert tonight, which is in another hour and 20 minutes. Milky Way Soul Tribe. We're talking about Manly P. Hall. The next couple of chapters on Egypt and Isis the Virgin. I looked it over. Manly P. Hall is a fascinating individual, and my book is here. I had the Manly P. Hall book, but instead I have The Art of War, which isn't the book I wanted. I have Herbal Gardens, again, not the book I was looking for. Manly P. Hall, right here, yay! I like to read. Oh, I broke this book. This Secrets Teachings of All the Ages, Manly P. Hall. This book, I have to wear glasses reading it. Oh my goodness. I might have to get another pair of glasses. No, I didn't know. I've had this book for years, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I've had this book for years. And the longer I've had it, the smaller the words get on this. I don't know how that happens. As I've had this book, the same book, it's like my clothes. My clothes are getting shorter and smaller. The waist is getting smaller, and the books, the writing's getting smaller in this book. I don't know how. This book, the words stayed the same. I don't know what. Yeah, the funny thing is, Trina has a similar book, but hers is taller, so probably the same words on the same pages, but it's a taller book, a bigger book, so it's easy to read. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's all fun. Life is an adventure. It's poor Cortney and her ceiling falling in. I've never had that happen. Our kitchen does have a slight hole in our ceiling because unfortunately our bathtub leaked, and it softened the ceiling. By the time I got everything worked, the ceiling kind of got soft. So I was just basically, okay, I'm gonna remove it, get the wet away, and I gotta replace that section. I'll do it. I'll do it someday. Because when the bathtub starts leaking and you don't realize it till there's a wet spot in the kitchen. What a pain. It's supposed to change the seal around the bathtub every 5 or 6 years or something like that. It's putty. It's like silly putty. It's easy to do. It's easy to fix. It's easy to change. But when it leaks, you don't know until it's too late. So owning a house, your own personal house, boy, it's a lot of work. You got upkeep, you got gardens, you got animals moving in and animals moving out. You get pets. When you have cats, it kind of keeps some of those animals away. Or the cat brings them to your house. But neither here nor there. What am I doing here? I don't know. I'm just talking, rambling, because for poor Cortney, Eccentric Tea, I like to keep the show going, but we might have to put the show on hiatus for a little while until our lives get more in control, more in order. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I know Cortney. I don't know how long it's going to be for. The contract is supposed to fix this, but there's a few things that the HEPA filter needs to be fixed in her house, and the ceiling got to be fixed, and there's a couple other things that they're calling people to come fix. Like I said, owning a house, it's a lot of work. I can do some of it myself, but some of it I just don't have the knowledge. So what's to say? So I guess that's it. If you have a few shekels, have a few dollars, you can contribute to Cortney. I have her Patreon and her PayPal in the description of this. If you want some fun tomorrow night at 11 Eastern or 11, 10, 9, 8 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Mountain Time, 10 o'clock Central Time, come see Nuestra Tabla Rosa. Basically, it's about a clean slate. Everyone's welcome. It's just an open discussion where we just discuss things that come to our mind. 5 people, little panel, friends talking about whatever comes up. Yeah, having no AC, I prefer it because for some reason I get migraines and AC gives me headaches, which is really hard in hot times. My wife loves AC, runs it when much as she can. But for me, my wife, my son, they like the AC. But for me, I just rather have fans and just sweat it out. Well, maybe I'm just a lizard. I was walking around the day in a hoodie, and my wife is in shorts and a t-shirt. She says, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm just uncomfortable. Um, I don't know. I don't know why. It wasn't that hot. I had my hoodie on and I'm just walking around. I love my hoodie. Unfortunately, my hoodie's got a little bit of bleach on it, which unfortunate. But I have a few hoodies. I can change it out. So I guess I've rambled on. It's been is it 36 minutes? I talked enough. I honestly just wanted to come on, say hello, explain that poor Courtney and her ceilings falling in, and that I will be on Milky Way Soul Tribe with Robert and Nina tonight, talking about Mainly P Hall and the secrets of the teachings of the universe, all ages. And tomorrow at 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. No, 8, not 7. Well, if you're in the Pacific Ocean, it could be 7, I guess. Nuestra Tabla Rosa. Have a good night, everyone. You go. You can either like this show, you can hate this show. Just comment what you want. Be nice to each other. Go out, have fun. Be good to yourself. Be good to other people. What's next?